Hi, I'm Felicity, a registered nurse, cosmetic injector, and founder of the Fit Injector Clinic. Welcome to my channel and video podcast, streaming on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Today is episode 12, and I have Miss Victoria Anthony joining me. Welcome, Victoria.
Hi,
so
Felicity.
excited to have you here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I'm honored. You're amazing, and all of the great work you've done as well on me.
Plug straight up.
I'm so grateful, and I've started a new business, and I have a lot of respect for you because it's been really hard, but it's been good but hard.
Yeah, totally. Firstly, you look absolutely fabulous. If we can get a shot of these colourful scrubs, I've never seen anything like this, but epic. Need a pair.
I'm like, is it pajamas or is it scrubs? I'm like, which one is it? Is it that?
It's scrubs. You've got three pockets at the top. It's scrubs.
Makes it official.
It's totally scrubs.
Because people are staring at me in the street. I think in the clinic it looks okay, but then when I'm walking, it's like people are staring.
Yeah, but like we were saying off camera, if I wear my hot pink around Bondi Junction, people stare because they probably think, who wears hot pink scrubs, right?
Exactly. I love it though, like having the bright colours. Yeah.
So you probably already know who Miss Victoria Anthony is from Instagram, and as per her bio, a trans electrologist. I was so worried I wasn't going to get that word out by day, and a DJ by night. Now, Victoria is a renowned DJ in Sydney and has recently started her own business, Electrolysis Sydney Clinic. Now, today we're going to chat about how amazing Victoria is and how she has entered a very niche market for electrolysis and is now working both day and night, literally around the clock, as I just learned off air, to bring you the best of her 24/7. So Victoria and I met quite a few years ago now, which is amazing, through obviously
3 years
my
4
business
years,
and your incredible support over the years and bringing in all your friends, and it's been just amazing. And you were quietly working in the background on this electrolysis through COVID, doing your training and everything like that. And then just recently, I hadn't seen you for a little while, and then you literally sent me photos of yourself in scrubs in this new business you've created. I cried. I had happy tears. I am just so proud of you and what you've done. It is so awesome. So I couldn't wait to get you on here to learn all about it.
Yeah, I remember when we first started talking about it, and then you were saying, I was like, oh, I see this space. I could rent that out. I could do that.
Yeah.
And then you were like, just do it. Just do it. And I'm like, oh, and then I did I was at the time, I was kind of leaning towards moving to Canada. But then I changed the visa came in too late. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to stay in Sydney, I've got this machine, I might as well just start it up now. And yeah, like you said, I've been working 24/7, and I'm at a point now where it's I've got to figure out how much I can take on. But yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, it's
and
amazing.
You inspired me a lot to do it and to get into it. And yeah, thank you so much.
That's an absolute pleasure. It makes me so happy. And I just love seeing other people start their businesses and do these incredible things. So tell us about you, your background as a DJ, and then how you got into electrolysis.
So I have been living and breathing music and entertainment since I was a kid. So from about 6 to 7, I did dancing. I did singing throughout school. I studied music as an elective. I've got a bachelor's degree in music honors. Then I had a gap year to go over to America for a year and just be there. You can get a J1 visa to live there. And I was in the middle of my transition, and I met a transgender electrologist in Chelsea, Manhattan, and she was doing my electrolysis, and I hadn't heard about it. I've vaguely heard about laser, but every time I try to book it, it would just be booked out. And this was 2013 when there was this real big boom of laser and all of that, and laser clinics was really popular, even a little bit before that, even with Candela and all of that. And then I found this trans woman and I was like, wow, like, and she specializes in this like hair removal for trans people. And I didn't know what electrolysis was. I went to her. We would sit, because it's like quite a long process. Like you could be there for a couple of hours or an hour. If you have a little bit of hair, then you might just need like 15 to half an hour. But like I'd spend like an hour with her and then she'd just tell me, you've got to start getting into this electrolysis. It's a great career for trans women if you set it up in Sydney and you put it in like a gay neighborhood. It will just really be successful and you'll help a lot of people. And I love the culture she created. Like she did it in her apartment in Manhattan, and then it was a little studio, and then she'd invite these other trans girls over and we would just have dinner and stuff, and it was just like, I'd love to create that. And I do that with clients now, and I'm like, wow, I'm creating this like little culture thing as well and meeting people, and that's incredible.
And so the idea came all those years ago, and then during COVID and the lockdowns is when you started doing your training. Is that correct?
Yes, I did, because I wasn't doing anything. I was
None of us were doing anything, were we?
I was not DJing, and like it was
the entertainment industry just took probably one of the biggest hits.
Yeah. As soon as they said we would go into a lockdown, I knew that like I would be out of work, and like I didn't even bother trying to chase any of it up. And like at the time I was living at an apartment that looked over Oxford Street, and I could just see it completely empty, like on a Friday or Saturday night. And like you'd hear a car go by and you're like, ooh, how exciting, one little car. Like that's amazing. Like, but then that was really about it. So like, then I was like, well, I can't just sit here in my apartment. Like, I'm not the type to just like sit there. I was like twiddling my thumbs. Like, what I do? I went crazy, I think, at one point. And I'm like, I've got to learn something new. And I thought, now's the time to do electrolysis. Because I did want to study it in New York. There's an amazing trainer there. But then I couldn't travel. We couldn't do anything. And I wish we still could have done a little bit of stuff, but they didn't even really let you do much. So when lockdown finally ended, I went to Melbourne to finish the course and the practical.
Amazing. And you were traveling back and forth. I remember we were talking about that. And then I remember that you said that you'd bought the machine.
I know.
And then the plan was to start your own business. And you mentioned just as you arrived, you've been open for 5 months now. Yes. Congratulations.
Oh my God. I didn't even know. It's like, it's getting really busy. Like I think like each month just gets busier and busier. And I have amazing clients. It's just funny. Like I'm learning a lot, not even just about like, you know, the electrolysis, because obviously it's a lot for me to learn besides just studying it and everything, but like even about the people that you attract because of who you are. And like, then like just a lot about like the behind the scenes stuff for the business. And there's a lot. It's a lot.
It's
like,
a lot.
I've only had like 3 hours sleep. Like I went to bed at 3 a.m. I got home and I was like, I'll work on the website or do this or do that. Like it just never ends.
Yeah, it's nonstop. So tell us about, so for people who, you know, don't know much about the treatment, you know, myself included, I've never had an electrolysis treatment. Tell us what a treatment involves, what it typically looks like, and who are your clients having these treatments?
So basically it involves the insertion of a fine hair into each hair follicle, and basically we use heat or currents to kill off the germ cells that cause the hair to grow. Yeah. And then that would lead to a more permanent hair removal. Like it's known to be a lot more permanent. It's been around for 150 years.
Wow.
And it's more precise. Like the laser is amazing. Like I've had both laser and electrolysis, but I feel like it's for maybe like there's a like sometimes I'm like that's like something I never thought of. Like one person messaged me about they just got like a hair transplant, and then they can't do laser to maybe make it look like more realistic. and they wanted to go about, making it look more realistic, because it's more kind of like manually going in and doing each individual hair follicle. A laser can't do tattoos, so you can use it on tattoos.
Oh, so where there's hair coming through a tattoo.
Yes.
Amazing.
Because you can't actually go over it with a laser; it will just damage it. You can do it on white hairs and white skin. What I'm noticing is like the laser clears off so much, and then there's like little white hairs left.
Yes.
So it's just like funny to see this like full beard that this trans woman might have had, and then she just has those white hairs left that the laser does not pick up. What else? A lot of women like who deal with like, facial hair, and they don't want to do like their full face. They have very specific areas that they want to do. And I think there's also people who have like family that have worked as electrologists, and they trust it more. And then it surprises me. Like some people want to do their full legs. It could take a few hours, and they just sit there, and then I do it. And
because I was going to say, because it sounds so specialized, do you do all areas? Like, because it sounds like, you'd only do small areas, but you obviously do larger body areas as well.
Yeah, because as well, like some people have lighter hair. Like I've got one client who's coming to me, and he wants to do his legs because he's got like kind of like a hazily hair. Yeah. Or even people who have done laser and it's like stimulated hair growth. Like for me, even like I had like a lot of like dense, really thick hair here before I transitioned. And then I didn't want to do the sides with the laser. So like when I had it done, the lady was like, oh, just do the sides. And then now I had like hair grow on the sides as well. Like maybe it could stimulate hair growth, because there's all of these hairs that are like under there's all of these vellus hairs, which are those like peach fuzz hairs. And then they can turn terminal if you hit them with laser. So that's the other thing. Like I'm going in like manually and going, I want this hair. Like I ask, where do you want it? Where do you want me to go?
And do you have to shave prior or not?
Well, see, there's pros and cons. Like I did like the idea of not having to shave for laser, because then like, it's like, I don't want to be like, there with a mustache and like, like my makeup and everything like what's like, and I'd like to like cover it a lot, but then you do have to let it grow out, but it doesn't have to be too long. Like it could be like maybe like a couple of millimeters, and I'd still be able to get it out of the hair follicle. Because I guess there is a benefit, especially for facial hair, for the people who are like doing the laser, but the shaving is then aggravating a lot of pimples. And this is even a conversation we had once with your skin. When you're in the bed and you're saying, I'm having these breakouts, and I'm like, what's going on? And you're like, I think I've been over shaving and I actually need the electrolysis over. Because it was really irritating you at that point. And see, like I've had a treatment just this week. So like you can see if I'm a bit puffy or anything. Like I know I'm wearing makeup.
But your skin looks absolutely fine.
It's like, this is like literally just like a couple of days.
I wouldn't have known. So minimal downtime?
It depends. Like there might be like a little bit of redness, like anything. I feel like friction is something that really like makes like it, not heal as quick. Like the face is pretty good. It really depends on the person. Like some people are like, oh, like I'm fine. And then other people, like it's still a bit red or whatever. And like, but as long as you try to keep it like clean, and then like there's not a lot of friction, like maybe on the body, it could take a bit longer, like somewhere like on the buttocks or something like that, or the legs, like especially if you're wearing like fabrics that are like, I recommend like cotton or something like that to kind of keep it like, just not so much friction. Like jeans might like aggravate it, but
Totally.
it's all about like the aftercare as well that you do. And I want to start offering like some aftercare stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna have to ask you about that because like, or I always recommend you. I say like if you want like extra like stuff for your skin afterwards, because I'm only really doing the electrolysis and this other process called cataphoresis, which helps make the skin less red and irritated after. And it's kind of like your skin tightening thing with the like currents and all of that stuff. But I notice it really helps with like getting rid of all that redness and everything like that. But I want to move into things like LED or like, just because like, as much as I would love to help the client with removing the hair, I want to make sure that they're getting the best like aftercare and post-care treatments as well.
Yeah. Well, LED sounds like it could really complement to help bring down any swelling and redness and anything like that, really speed up that healing time for people. Hope you're enjoying this podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by the Fit Injector Clinic Mentoring Program, business mentoring for cosmetic nurse injectors. If you are a registered nurse who wants to become a cosmetic injector or an existing cosmetic injector who wants to start their own business or scale up your existing business, I have just launched an online version of my mentoring program with video modules for you to work through in your own time, downloadable information for you to keep, and a strategy call once you've completed that with me for 30 minutes to answer any questions that you have about starting or scaling up your business. If you want to get started, email me at admin@thefitinjector.com.au. So, is your daytime business what you expected, and how does it differ from the evening shifts?
Oh, it's a lot. I have to say, like, I'm a night owl. Like I said, I went to bed at 3 a.m.
By choice.
And
See, I went to bed at 3 a.m. because my toddler was having a party, but that was not by choice, but yours is by choice.
See, that would even be like, bow down, honestly. Like, how do you do it all? Like, it's like, oh my God, like I've learned a lot in 5 months, and like, it's really starting to pick up now. Like the first few months were a bit like little dribbles here and there, but now it's like really getting like busy and like, I'm like, how much can I take on? Like, I'm trying to like see if I could do earlier in the like morning, because some people like morning shifts, but I think I like the night time anyway. And I've had like clients, so like I thought I'd open the clinic for 12 hours, like 12 to 12 on a Monday and Tuesday, because I'm completely free. But then
and they'll book it.
But then people booked it. Like, and I thought no one would book it, but they did. And like, so I mean, I would rather that than to wake up at like 6 a.m. to do something before people go to their 9 to 5. Yeah. And I just feel like it's really hard for me to balance both. I'm not used to the whole thing of people cancelling and rescheduling.
We've had some funny texts about
We've had some like conversations about that. Like, I don't know, for me, like, because I've been a client at many places, and it's like, if I can't make it or something, like, or if I can't like if I can't make it or I need to reschedule, I will still pay for it, or I will just make sure that I tell them it's that I'm rescheduling. But you think that people would think the same as you, but they don't. And it's like wild. Yeah, unfortunately. And like I'd rather just be honest. I'm not gonna say everything I said off camera. But I was just like it's just been a lot like to deal with, because like, especially with the nightlife stuff, it's like a lot of the work I do, or even just gigs I do, is like very much pre-planned. Like there's like someone is behind it all that programs everything, that like works out the budget. So I might get like offered a gig and I know it's going to be in a couple of months. Yeah. But then the beauty of having the electrolysis is that like, with DJing, normally I have to wait for the money to come in, because it's contract work. Yep. Whereas with like the electrolysis, like I can keep more of a cash flow. Because I like, obviously a client does a session, then we have to check them out and then book another session. So that has been really good, but I'm working like a dog. Yeah. And like, I have met amazing people. Like I'm meeting all of these amazing trans people from all walks of life. Like I've got this big, like tatted up guy, like from the neck down to like, and he wants me to do all his like hair removal on his tattoos. I've got, yeah, like older women, younger women. Like it could be for everyone. Like it's for all skin and hair types.
Yeah, and you're creating a little community.
Yeah, I love it. Don't you love that?
Yeah.
Like that part of
Yeah.
it is
This
amazing.
little
Like
sort
I
of
love.
like cult following.
Yeah,
Which is really good. And and I think probably the advice I can give to you is, especially in those, first couple of years of business, is you do kind of feel like you're at the mercy of the clients and the mercy of the bookings, because you obviously want to please everyone and you want to accommodate everyone, but you will burn out, and you do need to set some realistic boundaries. And I think as long as you've got good opening hours, but also, like we were saying off camera, like, not just saying yes to everyone. Oh, I'll fit you in. And then suddenly you're working till midnight. And it's like, that's not going to be a viable option for you long term. And just going, no, these are my opening hours and, this is the next available. And you're going to feel a lot better about that. And then I think people will respect your time a lot more as well.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking, oh, she'll just fit me in whenever. You sort of do a little bit of tough love. But it is, obviously a beautiful thing. You're getting to know these clients, and they're going to be with you for a really long time. And I think something I thought of back when you were talking about when you were in New York, and the trans woman that you met, and the incredible community she was creating. I really think that you are creating something like that here, because there's not many people doing it.
Yes, yeah.
Like, and it's quite actually outstanding. Like that we're talking way back, back early 2000s when you were in New York, that this idea came, and still there's not that many people, today in Sydney that are doing electrolysis. So I think you can really be a standout in the market and this place where people can really enjoy coming. And I think you're going to get some really amazing, loyal followers.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you. I hope so. Like the electrologist I went to started when she was like 18.
Wow.
Like she worked for someone like as a junior, and that person that's working, like that she worked for, is still going.
Oh my gosh.
And this woman that I went to is like, has been doing it for 29 years. Shout out to Nicholson's Electrolysis.
Hi.
And she was really lovely. And like, yeah, I think like it's a great treatment, and it's helping people. Like I've had people who haven't like shaved, who have had to shave every day and like for years, and then that they're like, this is the first time I've never had to shave.
Yeah.
And it's like the hair's all removed.
Yeah.
And like it's just great.
Yeah.
I'm really happy
that
I'm helping people.
You
and
are, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. So we've sort of touched on this a little bit, but what would a typical day look like for you right now? Tell us about yesterday.
Oh, okay. So yesterday,
because I'm assuming this is a typical day right now until I push some boundary setting on you.
So yesterday I got up, and the night before I had gone to bed late because I had a friend over. Hi, friend. And then like that ended like quite late, and then I woke up, and around like I think like 9 or 10, like I'd try to sleep until that time. Then I had to be at the clinic I went and got my nails done because I had a busy day.
Did something for you, great.
By some Russian lady.
They look fab.
Russian nails, and then
which everyone's talking about at the moment.
10
I've got to try this apparently.
10 o'clock I went to the nail lady. Then I had a client, and like I had 4 clients, and then a little break. I got in an Uber. I actually did some electrolysis. Got it on myself.
Good.
As well. And then I went back to the clinic. I had to get an Uber back to the clinic, and then I had another client for 2 hours. And so then that finished at 8 o'clock. Then I went and got dinner, and that's how the day is. And I mean, obviously, like there's all of those like little things like
in between, like you were telling me off air that you then get on your laptop and you're like, I'll do one thing on the website, and it's like 3 hours later she's still on the website.
And then I went to bed at 3 a.m. Like somehow.
And then like today you're
here
this morning, then you're going to go and see clients, do your
Yes.
treatments, and then you're going to go straight from there to a gig,
Yes,
a DJing gig
that's
tonight.
it.
So
yeah.
And I think you'll find your feet, 5 months in the business, you will, probably around that 12-month mark, you will get to that point where you're finding this nice balance between being in the clinic and DJing as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So tell us, where are you located and how do people contact and book?
Okay, so I'm in Potts Point. I've got a little space there, 24 to 30 Springfield Avenue, and it's shop 4B. You'll see the sign with my little Electrolysis Sydney Clinic, and and you can contact me like through Instagram, Google me, Electrolysis Sydney Clinic, send me an email. It's all the information is online.
Great.
And like I'm just starting out, and I want to grow the business as much as I can. So if you want, I've got a discount at the moment. So if you want to come in for some hair removal, then I'm your girl to call.
You sure are. Give some support to Victoria. It's an incredible thing that you're doing. So tell us a little bit about the post-care after a treatment.
So the only thing I offer at the moment is cataphoresis, and basically that helps to reduce the redness and swelling, and also to decrease infection. It also helps for like the skincare products that I use, which is Action de Gala, to penetrate the skin to help it heal and just all of that. But I know you offer a lot of post-care. So like if clients want to come somewhere that to do with like post-care and facials and all of that stuff, or even stuff that you think I should offer for like something like a treatment like electrolysis, where we're like, it's like, it's obviously like to do with a probe, and we're inserting like, probes into the skin, like it's kind of like a needle. Yeah. So what would you recommend like for clients?
Maybe the next thing for you would be LED therapy, because it is non-invasive. It helps to reduce the inflammation, speeds up the healing in the skin, calms down the redness. So that could be a really good option and a nice little way it's also treating all over the skin as well, and to kind of, I guess, branch into a little bit more of that skin side of things. And
then as well, like I just see like everything you're doing is amazing. Like I'm just like, wow, like you've got another thing. I'm like, and then like I love your skincare. Like how do people go about making that? Like how does that happen? Like it's amazing.
I'll give you the ticket
because
off
I always go to like, tell me off air. See, we don't reveal all our secrets here. It might seem like I have and that Felicity has, but we've got to keep a few secrets.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna hook you up with where to get your LED and where to get some skincare products. You've supported me for a long time, so I'll pay it back.
No, but look, even if I'm probably dreaming, because like I've got to walk before I start running or jumping or anything. So like I think like if you're watching clients and you want other treatments that are beauty related, then Felicity is your go-to, and I always recommend her to you. So, and she's done amazing work. I'm her product, but I'm due. I'm well overdue. And it's like you got a way. You found a way to get me in the clinic, and then I'm like, damn, I wish I never left. Or like I needed to come back. I've just been so busy with both
part of my plan
jobs. Yeah. His strategies.
I was like, she hasn't been in for a while. Get her on the podcast. And you already said before, you're like, make sure I book an appointment before I leave.
I have to.
No, you've been busy hustling, working like a mule, as you said in our text.
Yes.
But it is incredible what you're creating, and I hope lots and lots of people support you, and I'll certainly continue to share your stuff all over social media. And it's really great that we have chatted, and I've learned more about the business and what the treatment is, because I do have a laser treatment here which can do hair removal, which isn't something
Oh.
I offer too much, but if some of my patients need like lips and chins done, I'm absolutely doing that.
Yeah.
But like we were talking, I sort of backtrack for a minute, is my patients who they're like grey or white hairs and there
Yes.
might just be a couple, and now I've got someone to refer them to,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
amazing. So I
It'd be
will
great for
have
that.
some
Yeah.
patients coming your way.
Thank
Incredible.
you.
Thank
and
you.
I will recommend you always to.
So thank you so much for tuning in to episode 12 of this video podcast series. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. A huge thank you to Miss Victoria Anthony from Electrolysis Sydney Clinic for joining me today. So good to chat to you. That was awesome. Loving the scrubs, loving the work that you're doing.
Thank you
We'll
so
chat
much
soon.
for having me, Felicity. Always a
Pleasure.
pleasure.
Anytime. Bye.